Assalamu alaikum students, how are you? Hope you are fine and you are at home and enjoying the classes through Google Classroom. That's great. Today we will be doing the graphs. Graphs are basically the mathematical information with the lines, shapes and colors, and we use graphs to compare the things very easily. So let's learn about. The graphs are basically, are important because a picture is worth 1,000 words. You can see the things, you can compare the things very easily. You might have seen that the graphs are used in the newspapers, in the medical diagnosis, like for the heartbeat, it's the graph, with the help of the graph it is shown, or in the fashion industry, or you can see in the news that the rupee is going up or the dollar is going down, something like that. So the graphs are used to make it very clear. So if the graphs are so important, let's see that how we can make a graph for ourselves. So for that, let's see what are the steps involved. So first of all, you have to see that if you have a data for plotting the graph, or you have to collect it. If you have a data, it's very good and simple. You can make a graph. But if you don't have a data, what you can do, you can collect the data. And that's very simple. You can just make a questionnaire, conduct a survey, and distribute your forms, and people will fill it. Like over here, I have taken a question for healthy lifestyles, and very few questions that are you waking up early in the morning? Are you going to bed at time? Are you doing some exercise? And do you like some homemade food or a junk food? So this were the simple questions, and you can answer them in yes or no. So after that, after giving it to the people, it was filled, and now I have to tabulate it. Means I have to put it in the table. So see, now I am having the data in this form, and we call it as information now. Okay, because this is the information. So using this information, I can plot a graph. It could be line graph, it could be bar graph, or it could be pie chart. So what are these now? So these are the simple representation. For example, this is the bar graph. The bar graph is showing us the amount, which is bigger, which is smaller. And these are the rectangular shapes, rectangular bars. Okay, and as these are the bars, so we call it as a bar graph. We can also have a line graph in which there are dots, and we connect those dots, and we are getting a line graph. This tells us the trend. Something is increasing or something is decreasing. And then also a pie chart is also a graph to represent our data or information. This is in the form of the circle, and these colorful slices or sector tells us the percentage or the amount of anything in the table. But in today's class, we will be doing with the line graph and with the bar graph. For the pie chart, we will make another video. Now, if the graphs are so important, let's see what are the elements of the graph. So first of all, we should have a title of the graph that tells that this graph is what this graph is all about. Over here, it is about exam marks. And what is the starting point for that? We call it as origin. The horizontal line is called x-axis, and the vertical, this is the horizontal line, x-axis, and this is the vertical line, y-axis. And then this point is called origin. And then we have to put the labels that what we are plotting on the x-axis and what we are plotting on the y-axis. Over here, we are plotting the marks obtained in each class on x-axis and the marks percentage on the y-axis. And the next step is that we should have a scales. So the scales are mentioned here now. And next step is definitely that we will be plotting the graph. Now let's see how we will plot it. So this is the data for the Sana, that how she has been doing throughout in her classes 1, 2, 3 and 4. This is her percentage, 60% in class 1, 70% in class 2, again 70% in class 3, and then 80% in class 4. So I will use this data and plot it here. For class 1, it is 60%. So I will take the 60% and 1. Okay. See, dotted lines and one, and then put a dot. Now looking here, for class 2 it is 70%, so 70% and then 2 for class 2 here, putting a dot. Similarly for class 3 she secured again 70% marks. For the class 3 I will take the 70, extend it a bit and join it with the class 3. And similarly for the 4 I will be doing it like this. I've taken 80 and 4 and then put a dot here. And now I will be connecting these dots to make a line. See how interesting it is? And this line is telling us that she is performing very well and her marks are improving. Okay? It means that Sana is performing well as the percentage is increasing. The line graph shows the trend is increasing. This is very important because we are learning a trend from here. So we can clearly see, and we can say this thing clearly, the trend is increasing. Hope you have understood the line graph. Now let's do the example of the bar graph. Over here I have taken the table in which I have taken the temperatures, average temperature in Celsius and the seasons. And on the y-axis I have taken the temperature, and on the x-axis I have taken the seasons. Just to make things look easy, I have used the alphabets for the season. For spring I have used A, for summer I have used B, for autumn I have used C, and for winter I have used D. And in front of them I have written their average temperatures. I have taken the average by adding the temperatures for 1 week and then dividing them by 7. So this is the average. Okay, now let's plot it here. For the spring it is 15. So I will take 15 from here and join it with the spring. It will be like this and putting a bar over here. Good. Now for B it is 30 and I will do like this. Now for autumn it is shown with the alphabet C, and the temperature I have taken is 10, like this. Now for D it is like this. I have taken 5 and then joined it with D. So it means we can very clearly see from this bar graph that this is, in this season the temperature was highest. Now this is the summer season, and in this the temperature was quite cold. So this is the winter season and the temperature was 5 Celsius. So it means also we can say that during the season A it is spring, then the C autumn, and the winter the temperature was quite it is below 20. Okay, so this is how we interpret the bar graph. I hope you've understood it. Now let's do a worksheet. And in this worksheet we will be learning that how to read a graph. This, first of all, this is the line graph. This tells us that when the stores open, and this is about the people in the store. You can see very clearly from here that when the store was open at 10 a.m. there were only 2 people. Then at 11 a.m. there were 5 people. Then there are 10 people at 12 p.m. And then at 1 p.m. it is 22. Wow, so many people at this time. And then after that they started decreasing. Number of people are becoming less now. So 15 people at 2 p.m. Then at 3 p.m. only 5 people were there in the store. And then so on, 4 people and 4 people at 5 p.m. This is how it goes on. So these are the questions. Let's understand the graph and answer these questions. So what is the line graph about? It's the people in the store. Good. What is the busiest time of the day in the store? We can see this is the busiest as many people, maximum people were at this time. So 1 p.m. Very nice. Now what does the business, what time business start to slow down? This is the time when it is very slow. Okay. So after 3 p.m. And how many people are in the store when it was opened. So only 2 people were there. And about how many people are in the store at 2:30 p.m. You will see 2 and 3, and then we'll extend and we'll see it's 11 people. Okay, and what is the greatest number of the people in the store? So it is very obvious that this is the maximum number of the people, that is 22. So this is how we will be doing the worksheet, that we have to observe the graph and then we can answer the questions. I hope you're ready for your written task. This is your written task. You have to observe this line graph and answer these questions. And this is the bar graph. Observe it and then answer these questions. And then upload your assignment. I am waiting for your assignments, dear students. Happy learning.